The next session which we have before lunch is a case study presentation by Mr. Ankur Gupta on quality performance and benchmarking in higher education. Mr. Ankur Gupta is the Joint Director at the Model Institute of Engineering and Technology, Jammu. He has published over 40 peer-reviewed papers in reputed international journals and conferences and filed 11 patents on various technologies. He is a recipient of AICTE Career Award for Young Teachers, which is awarded to promising researchers under the age of 35 on a nationally competitive basis. Mr. Gupta.
And so I can practically get away with anything I say today. So, higher education 2.0, I'll quickly have a small, presentation to set the context before I get into the framework, which is a software analytics framework for higher education. And so the accent on higher education is quality, performance, and achievement. So I am from a small engineering college in Jammu. So the challenges that you discuss in these big forums, you can multiply it by 10 and then that would be us at Jammu, right? So the purpose of higher education is probably to enhance human achievement. We need to reorient ourselves to enhance the achievement levels of all the stakeholders in higher education. So the adage that we have worked on is what we cannot measure, we cannot improve. So let's start by trying to measure, how we look at ourselves. That's typically how I look on a typical day in office, contemplating about our future. Some of the drivers for change is increased competition, and I don't need to really dwell on these things. Foreign universities, MOOC, the accent on technology, making traditional classroom teaching irrelevant almost, student expectations, heightened student expectations, and some unknown challenges. And just borrowing the famous fable from Andrew S. Grove's book, Only the Paranoid Survive. I think for smaller players like us, we need to be in a constant state of paranoia about our future, where we are headed, are we even going to survive? So there are some very basic existential concerns that need to be addressed going forward. So to overcome these existential concerns, we say, okay, let's create a high performance culture, and that's the million-dollar question for academia. So to create a high performance workplace, we need to actually create a community which kind of celebrates and recognizes achievement and performance. And so for that, we need a unified model or a standardized model on which how we rate ourselves and we measure and benchmark ourselves. So performance is a systemic approach. So how do you go about fixing things? You really need some good quality information. You need the right information at your disposal. There is an information overload in academia. We are notorious for voluminous paper reports and so on and so forth. How do you, cut through this unrelated information and focus on the right areas? That is, really good information, and we believe that numbers do not lie. So we probably need a framework to quantify, our progress and, performance as a group, as individuals. Analytics, it's the A in SMAC. It's really popular. Business intelligence, analytics, widely prevalent in industry, not so in academia. The cycle is pretty intuitive. You measure, analyze, derive some meaningful insights on that data. You design some kind of interventions around it, and then you improve. And that's priceless, right? If you can get some insights about your institution on the right areas. So you design strategic interventions. Do you have the right information? Are you trying to fix things which are, not broken? How do you focus on those right areas? So basically, good information is the basis for all good decisions. And how do we do that? We do that, through a unified quality management framework. One part of it is just aligning your whole institution, all the individual stakeholders to a set of common quality objectives. You start measuring yourself and benchmarking yourself against the progress that you make, maybe, your own benchmarks, earlier benchmarks. And then you use analytics to derive some insights into the whole thing. and then you could design strategic interventions, corrective interventions, and then you could probably move towards incentivizing performance and quality. And that could probably be a self-sustaining kind of architecture. So what we are saying is this unified quality management framework, we've come out with a software product called Performance Insight 360. We call it Smart Analytics for Academia, and it kind of helps us achieve what I am mentioning here. So we analyze, therefore we are. We think, therefore we are, we know, but now we need to analyze, and look at, some specific data. So that's my presentation. I'll just take you, to the framework. I'm a bit handicapped by the display because there's nothing on my screen, so I'll just have to turn around a bit here. Let me set the... So this is, a cloud-based analytics framework. We started developing it in 2010. That's because I'm a techie, basically, accidental academic, and still trying to learn. So, so the bug is still alive. By the way, we have these phones ringing here. So we've already filed a patent on it. We have a Wi-Fi based solution and an app called Silent Zone. You can just activate it once, and then you can move in and out of silent zones, created by this Wi-Fi. You just have an empty Wi-Fi SSID scan called Silent Zone, so it can turn areas into silent zones. So we've put it in our institution as well. Institutional dashboard is where we start off with. So this is where all the number crunching brings you to one screen. So I have my institutional performance index. The numbers here are only for illustration purposes. This is not live data. So year over year, am I progressing as an institution, or on what parameters? So while graphs look good, the numbers are even better. So we have parameters like research, achievements, staff development, academics, activities, placements, and then we kind of quantify those numbers to derive benchmarks. So people ask me, how do you quantify, numbers and everything? Does it work or not? So the scale is not really important. It is if you apply that scale uniformly and consistently, then you can derive meaningful set of numbers to, get some insights out of it. So based on this data, at a top level in the strategy meetings, we can look at which areas you are doing well on a year over year basis, and which areas, require intervention. Your pass percentages, your research and development, and tabular across departments. And so this is also a data archival tool. All these numbers and graphs are clickable. You can actually just click on these. It will show you all the research papers. You can, cut through data anyway. It's an n-dimensional, query system. You can look at a number, then say, only show me international journal papers which are indexed in SCIE, where the impact factor is greater than 2 or 2.5, which has cloud computing as one of the areas in this. So across departments, across areas, you can look at citation counts, H indexes, custom reports. So basically this product comes with about 50 pre-canned reports, but you can actually, just have any kind of custom reports. Staff development trainings, workshops, what all, so all consolidated at the institutional level. Similarly, I'll just take a minute here. You have the departmental dashboards. So you could look at, each department, and what we are also doing is we are quantifying departmental performance and benchmarking their performance against other departments. So we are doing internal benchmarking. The 3 patents that we have, filed on this product would in future allow us to benchmark across institutions. So you would say in North India, where are you on research, top 10 percentile, bottom 10 or whatever. So okay, within the city you are doing really well. Across North India, you need to ramp up on your research skills. So that would allow you to do even higher level of strategic planning. The faculty dashboard lists out all the faculty members, departmental performance index, by designation, number crunching, by qualifications, by experience levels, and so on and so forth. And all the things that you would possibly want to capture when you're looking at departmental performance. Similarly, you have a student dashboard by numbers, by male, female percentages, which states are your students coming in from, which cities are they coming in from. So one of the data that we have used is how do you divide your marketing spend during the admission season. So this kind of gives us complete breakup of where the students are coming from, where are you already very popular, which areas are nascent and you might want to increase your marketing spend to get some more students enrolled there, which boards are your students coming in from, what marks do they have in their entrance examination, your pass percentages, batch performances, and you can see which batch you want to look at, which year, any kind of data that you want is on your fingertips. The best part about this framework is that the data entry effort is about 2 to 3 minutes per month. So that's the beauty of the product. It doesn't take years to set up like traditional ERP. It gets set up in like an hour. Just importing some standard data from the AICT Excel sheets that we all maintain. We are even tracking the extracurricular, co-curricular activities done by the students. Each student would get their own performance profile. Each student is also being benchmarked against other students. We have the LinkedIn profiles of the students stored in, so we can answer questions like outcomes-based education. Where are my students 5 years after passing out? Which country, which geography, which area, which company? All those kind of things can be answered here. So we'll have an alumni dashboard coming up where we'll fetch data from LinkedIn to do real-time analytics on our alumni distribution as well. So this is the the main performance profile of this student. This student incidentally got into Georgia Tech this year. Semester-wise performance of the student, and then we benchmark and create percentile scores for the students for co-curricular, extracurricular and academics as well. And this software does automated guidance and counseling for the students. Every 3 months this software analyzes the performance, benchmarks against peers and sends out personalized messages to the students that, hey, great, you are doing very well in academia. Now let's ramp up your performance on co-curricular as well. And so we are now starting to do predictive analytics when the student comes in, which board, what are the chances of placement? Do we need to do some interventions in between? What kind of programs do we need to introduce at student level? So this is helping us here. I'm running out of time. I'm being shown all kinds of 2 minutes, 1 minute posters at the back. So let me try and conclude. At the end, there's this complete faculty profile that I have. I'll take about 3 hours if I had to show you the complete thing. But let's just go to my profile, which is my analytics. So this would be where are you, what have you been doing, my Google Scholar URL. We are picking out your citation, H-index, I-10 index information directly from Google Scholar. And then saying you always say in NAC and NBA outcome, right? Outcome. So you say I published 300 research papers. They say that's not outcome, that's output. So we say no, but we have 3,000 citations as well. Now that's outcome. So this kind of pulls out data. There's LinkedIn, there's Google Scholar. We are trying to integrate it with as many real world things, so we can kind of quantify the impact of an institution on various areas, the output that they produce. So this would be my percentile scores year over year and on different parameters. The citation indexes, I'm running it from my local this thing, so internet is not there, so not shown. All the research papers done, patents, staff development programs attended, previous work experience, what is the percentage of faculty that you have with industrial experience. 2 minutes, it's on demand, right, one click kind of information, consultancy offer, trainings, workshops. In the end, to kind of summarize, and this has been a really rush through presentation, but it's a great strategic tool. It allows you to create unequivocal focus on quality, performance, and achievement. The next module that we are working on is the big achievements we'll be able to directly share on social media. So a student is in the top 10%, we use gamification techniques, put a badge on that student's profile. The student says share. It goes directly to our institutional Facebook page and to their Facebook profiles. Their friends, relatives, everyone's happy. Everyone's knowing who's doing what. Great, creating a culture which kind of celebrates performance and achievement. That is what we are doing, and this we've kind of deployed across all the group institutions that we've had with fantastic results. One of the sister institutions got a NAC A grade autonomous college, and this particular software was identified by the NAC visiting team as a significant innovation undertaken. And this product is now also being commercialized and offered through some strategic partners. I'd be happy to answer questions if any. I know there won't be because we are past lunchtime. So thank you so much.
That was a very in-depth session by Mr. Gupta. We would like to felicitate him. I would like to call Utkarsh on stage to felicitate Mr. Gupta. A big round of applause for Mr. Gupta.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Utkarsh.